which Pokémon would be most affected by Ember? Okay, trainers, if you chose C-Dot, you were right! C-Dot! Trainers, which Pokémon does Remoraid evolve into? Okay, trainers, if you chose Octillery, you were right! Trainers, which Pokémon would be most effective against Mudkip? Okay, trainers, if you chose Trico, you were right! Trico! Trainers, which Pokémon comes first? Okay, trainers, if you chose Poliwag, you were right! Poliwag! Trainers, which Pokémon would be most effective against Plusle and Minun? Okay, trainers, if you chose Mudkip, you were right! Mudkip! Trainers, what is the final evolution of Totodile? Okay, trainers, if you chose Feraligatr, you were right!
Feraligatr!
Trainers, which of these Pokémon does not evolve? Okay, trainers, if you chose Tangela, you were right! Trainers, which of these Pokémon is not a pure fighting type? Okay, trainers, if you chose Blaziken, you were right!
Blaziken!
Trainers, which Pokémon is Pikachu most effective against? Okay, trainers, if you chose Wingull, you were right! Wingull! Trainers, which Pokémon was my original choice as a starter? Okay, trainers, if you chose Squirtle, you were right! Squirtle! Trainers, what is the final evolution of Larvitar? Okay, trainers, if you chose Tyranitar, you were right! Trainers, which of these Pokémon is not a normal type? Okay, trainers, if you chose Flappy, you were right! Trainers, what humble Pokémon is the first evolution of Flygon? Okay, trainers, if you chose Trapinch, you were right! Trainers, which Pokémon would last longest against a psychic attack? Okay, trainers, if you chose Teddiursa, you were right! Teddiursa! Trainers, which of these Pokémon does not evolve? Okay, trainers, if you chose Relicanth, you were right!
Relicanth!
Trainers, which Pokémon is the pre-evolved form of Pikachu? Okay, trainers, if you chose Pichu, you were right! Pichu! Trainers, which Pokémon is not a dual-type Pokémon? Okay, trainers, if you chose Linoone, you were right! Linoone! Trainers, which Pokémon is the final evolution of Caterpie? Okay, trainers, if you chose Butterfree, you were right! Trainers, which of these is not a Water-type Pokémon? Okay, trainers, if you chose Castform, you were right! Castform! Trainers, which of these Pokémon comes first? Okay, trainers, if you chose Mareep, you were right! Trainers, which Pokémon is the final evolution of Bellsprout? Okay, trainers, if you chose Victory Bell, you were right! Trainers, which Pokémon would not be affected by Earthquake? Okay, trainers, if you chose Lunatone, you were right! Loon! Trainers, which Pokémon comes first? Okay, trainers, if you chose Hoppip, you were right! Hoppip! Trainers, trainers, which Pokémon is super effective against its own type? Okay, trainers, if you chose Salamence, you were right. Trainers, which of these Pokémon is not an evolution of Eevee? Okay, trainers, if you chose Bagon, you were right. Bagon! Trainers, which Pokémon goes from land to sky in one evolution? Okay, trainers, if you chose Trapinch, you were right. Trainers, which Pokémon is your best choice to battle Flygon? Okay, trainers, if you chose Walrein, you were right.
Walrein.
Trainers, which of these Pokémon comes first? Okay, trainers, if you chose Slackoth, you were right. Trainers, which of these Pokémon is a flying type? Okay, trainers, if you chose Tropius, you were right. Trainers, what is the final evolution of Geodude? Okay, trainers, if you chose Golem, you were right.
Golem.
Trainers, which Pokémon remains the same type throughout its evolutions? Okay, trainers, if you chose Ralts, you were right. Trainers, what humble Pokémon does Kingdra begin as? Okay, trainers, if you chose Horsey, you were right. Horsey! Trainers, which Pokémon does Tentacool evolve into? Okay, trainers, if you chose Tentacruel, you were right.
Tentacruel.
Trainers, which of these Pokémon would be considered legendary? Okay, trainers, if you chose Entei, you were right. Trainers, which of these Pokémon has at least 2 evolutions? Okay, trainers, if you chose Spheal, you were right. Spheal! Trainers, which of these Pokémon is not a ground type? Okay, trainers, if you chose Nosepass, you were right.
Nosepass.
Trainers, which of these Pokémon would you catch by fishing? Okay, trainers, if you chose Feebas, you were right.
Feebas.
Trainers, which of these Pokémon does not evolve? Okay, trainers, if you chose Mawile, you were right. Mawile. Trainers, if Arcanine fought Kirlia, who would have the advantage? Okay, trainers, if you chose Arcanine, you were right. Trainers, which of these Pokémon does not change during battle? Okay, trainers, if you chose Swalot, you were right. Trainers, which of these Pokémon does not evolve? Okay, trainers, if you chose Luvdisc, you were right. Luvdisc. Trainers, which Pokémon is most effective against Machoke? Okay, trainers, if you chose Gardevoir, you were right. Gardevoir. Trainers, which of these Pokémon has only 1 evolution? Okay, trainers, if you chose Spoink, you were right. Spoink! Trainers, which Pokémon would be most affected by Earthquake? Okay, trainers, if you chose Whiscash, you were right.
Whiscash.
Trainers, which of these Pokémon does not evolve? Okay, trainers, if you chose Ursaring, you were right. Trainers, which Pokémon would not be affected by Psychic? Okay, trainers, if you chose Mightyena, you were right. Trainers, which species is the time travel Pokémon? Okay, trainers, if you chose Celebi, you were right. Trainers, which Pokémon is not a flying type? Okay, trainers, if you chose Dustox, you were right. Dustox! Trainers, which of these Pokémon does not evolve? Okay, trainers, if you chose Sableye, you were right.
Sableye.
Trainers, which of these Pokémon is the tallest? Okay, trainers, if you chose Registeel, you were right. Trainers, which of these Pokémon is the heaviest? Okay, trainers, if you chose Groudon, you were right. Trainers, which of these Pokémon does not evolve? Okay, trainers, if you chose Absol, you were right.
Absol.